Micky van der Ven news for Tottenham versus Arsenal after injury development. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Before we dive into this update, be sure to press that subscribe button and keep up with all the latest news. Paul Robinson expects Micky van der Ven to be available for the Premier League clash between Tottenham and Arsenal despite his latest injury. The Netherlands national team confirmed via its official X account that the 23-year-old centre-back has been replaced by Brighton's Jan-Paul van Hecke in their squad. Micky van der Ven missed Spurs' defeat to Newcastle on Sunday, suffering another injury setback since arriving at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last summer. Speaking exclusively to Tottenham News, Robinson said, "We often see it before international breaks, don't we? If a player misses the game before the international break, they do normally pull out to give themselves time. We don't know how serious the injury is, but if he's going to miss the last game and the next 10 or 12 days, it gives him almost 3 weeks of recovery time. You would expect him to be in with a chance of selection for the next Premier League game. The Dutch defender is an integral part of Ange Postecoglou's squad, so both the manager and passionate fans will be desperate for him to be available to face the Gunners, though Radu Dragusin has been an impressive stand-in. Spurs have won just one of the last 6 meetings against their North London rivals, so if they have any hope of getting past Mikel Arteta's side after the international break, van der Ven's return is a must. The main worry will be about van der Ven's reoccurring injury problems, with the player unable to get through the 2023-24 campaign without being sidelined. But the hope is that his dropping out of the Netherlands squad is just precautionary. Tottenham tried to sign Bundesliga star this summer, would cost over £63 million. Spurs have been linked with a move for the Belgian attacker Lois Openda. The 24-year-old has been outstanding for Red Bull Leipzig, and a number of clubs were keen on securing his signature during the summer window. The German club managed to hold on to him, but it seems that his suitors could return in the future. According to a report from Sportbild, Spurs were one of the clubs who tried to sign him during the summer transfer window. The Belgian scored 28 goals in all competitions last season, and he picked up 7 assists along the way. He could have been a quality acquisition for the North London club. Spurs ended up signing Dominic Solanke, and it remains to be seen whether they return for him next summer. Having 2 quality strikers would only help them improve further and compete for major trophies. Openda has started this season in fine form as well, scoring 3 goals in 3 games. Meanwhile, the striker will cost over £63 million as per the report. Chelsea and Manchester United made moves to sign him during the summer transfer window as well. Tottenham need more quality in the side in order to compete with clubs like Arsenal and Manchester City. Someone like Openda will add more cutting edge to the side. However, the asking price could be a major issue. Spurs need to improve the other areas of their squad as well. They cannot afford to overspend on Openda. It will be interesting to see how the situation develops. Tottenham could be contenders to host the Champions League final. TBR Football have suggested that the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium could emerge as a potential contender to host the 2027 Champions League final, as the San Siro is expected to be dropped as the host stadium. The move to the new stadium has certainly been a game changer for Spurs in terms of revenue, with the 850-seater arena significantly boosting the club's coffers. TBR Football explain that the Lillywhites earned £118 million in gross matchday revenue last season, which put them second to only Manchester United in that metric. This number is further boosted by the fact that Spurs' home ground is also hosting an increasing number of non-footballing events. It has now emerged that Daniel Levy and co are setting their sights on the biggest game in the European football calendar. TBR Football relay a report from Sportcal that says the San Siro is expected to be dropped as the venue for the 2027 Champions League final, and they then suggest that this could open the door for Spurs to host the match. The publication adds that as the most modern 60,000+ seater stadium in Europe, Tottenham remain poised and ready to step up to hold the marquee event. Plenty of clubs from around Europe would be keen to host the Champions League final, given the number of eyeballs on that game. Getting the chance to do so would undoubtedly be huge for Spurs' brand, particularly given that the stadium is still known by its generic name Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs are keeping close tabs on former Manchester United midfielder. According to HITC, Tottenham are keeping an eye on the situation of former Manchester United midfielder Angel Gomes, who is into the final year of his contract with Lille. Gomes has gone from strength to strength since swapping Manchester United for Lille back in 2020, with the energetic midfielder emerging as one of the best in his position in League One over the last 12 months. The 24-year-old has now been rewarded with a call-up to the England squad by new boss Lee Carsley, and it has now been suggested that the player could soon find himself back in the Premier League. HITC say that Tottenham are prepared to hand Gomes a route back to England, having been impressed by his development. The outlet claims that the Lily-Whites were on the lookout for an energetic number 8 through the summer window, but they prefer to wait for the right option. Gomes is someone who is thought to fit the profile that the North London club are looking for, and the publication adds that the former Red Devils man has no intention of signing a new deal at Pierre-Mauroy Stadium. It remains to be seen whether Spurs would be interested in a January deal, or if they are keen to wait for a potential free transfer next summer. Dan Bardell believes Ange Postecoglou will be happy with his squad after deadline day, but thinks there is a problem with the Tottenham midfield. The transfer window slams shut on the 30th of August, with Spurs bringing in 3 fresh faces while making Timo Werner's loan deal permanent. Despite these additions, the new Premier League season hasn't begun in ideal circumstances, with 1 win, 1 draw and 1 loss. Sky Sports and TalkSport journalist Bardell thinks Postecoglou's squad has improved, but has picked out one problem area. Speaking exclusively to Tottenham News, Bardell said, "I think Postecoglou is one of those managers who is involved with transfers and has a large say in what Tottenham do. He'll be aware of the things that have gone right and wrong. I think he'll be relatively happy with the squad at his disposal and will think they are better than last season. I still just think there is a problem and something's not right with the midfield that I think needs solving. There was interest in midfield options in North London, but this somewhat fell apart when Postecoglou missed out on Conor Gallagher. This does leave Spurs light in the middle of the pitch, especially if injuries begin to take their toll, as they did throughout last campaign. There are quality young players in the squad, with Lucas Bergvall and Archie Gray set to feature regularly in the Premier League this season. It is a lot of pressure to place on their shoulders given their age, but there is no doubt that they have the ability to step up into that role. A new signing in that area could have proved useful for Postecoglou, but he will have to cope without until January at least. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs.